So unfortunately, the original Steamboat Mickey Mouse IP has gone into public domain, and this is following just about a year after the Winnie the Pooh IP went into public domain, and with that, a bunch of jack-offs are making horror movies based off of these beloved characters. So now you had a Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey horror movie. You had a Mickey Mouse horror movie coming out. I believe there's a Bambi one. All because Disney did not renew the copyrights or whatever it is of these films. I don't know how it actually ended up working, but all I know is that the rights to these characters are now public domain for anybody to use. And that sucks ass. It sucks a lot of ass. Because there were great things that you can do with these movies. The Steamboat Mickey Mouse. Why they haven't made a Mickey Mouse movie in so long, I don't know. Just make Epic Mickey the movie based off the game. That would be great. But the last really great Winnie the Pooh movie that I wanted to talk about that nobody seems to talk about these days is the movie that came out a few years ago. Christopher Robin came out a few years ago in 2018. It is starring Ewan McGregor as Christopher Robin. And the original cast of the old gang, the old Winnie the Pooh gang. Jim Cummings comes back as Winnie the Pooh, and I believe a lot of the original cast or most of them come back to play the original counterparts of their animal friend characters. And Christopher Robin is the story about Christopher leaving 100 Acre Wood, growing up, having a family, going to war, unfortunately border school, and just kind of forgetting about Winnie the Pooh and the gang, and growing up in a not great way. This movie made about $197 million in the box office. It costed about $75 million to make. In the terms of things, what you kind of want to do is take the production cost of the movie and double it for marketing expenses. So 75, got about 100 or 150 million there. So the movie made about $45 million in profit. A super box office smash, but they made some profit, which is good. Now, this movie is live action, which is a front that we haven't seen Winnie the Pooh in really ever. And I'll talk about how the characters look and the CGI of it, all about that later. But I want to talk about first is the incredible performance brought in from Ewan McGregor, who absolutely smashed it out of the fucking park. Ewan McGregor, like I said, plays an old Christopher Robin who left 100 Acre Wood. He went on to have a family, went to boarding school, I believe he went to boarding school in the movie, went to war, and had a difficult life than what we have seen in the books and the animated nature of it. And this is the same character. This is the little boy that would run around the woods and have adventures with Winnie the Pooh and the gang, and is now living in the real world of, it's not that simple. He works at a very stressful luggage company where he has been given a deadline to help budget expenses with the company or else they're going to go under. And this comes at a bad time where he promised that he was going to take his wife and their daughter to the old cabin, which happens to be located near where the entrance is to the 100 Acre Woods where Christopher Robin spent a lot of time as a kid. His daughter Madeline and his wife are extremely upset with this, of course, because Christopher cannot spend as much time with them as he would like to because he is just so caught up with work and is absolutely stuck and dead here. So Madeline and his wife end up going to the cabin to spend some time with each other, hoping that Christopher may follow them, but Christopher stays behind to continue work. And he is just dead set and stressed and he is fucked up. The story picks up with Winnie the Pooh and what he's doing. He wakes up one morning to find that all of his friends have disappeared, and he has no idea where they are. Now, seeing Winnie the Pooh in a live-action sense is incredible. They do it in a way where the characters are like stuffed animals brought to life, and they are just so fucking adorable, and they look great, and I couldn't imagine Winnie the Pooh looking any other way in a live action sense, and it's awesome. I love it so much. Cummings, of course, comes back to play Winnie the Pooh, and he does the voice, and as cute as ever. It's as innocent as ever. Winnie the Pooh can't find his friends, so he requests the help of Christopher Robin, so he decides to go into the real world, leaving the 100-acre wood to find Christopher Robin. Christopher, who is sitting at a park bench by himself, stressed out, doesn't know what to do, and fate has it and a little magic has it that Winnie the Pooh happened to walk out of the tree right behind him, and they find each other again. That by itself is an incredible thing. I love retellings or interesting concepts where you get to see these characters that we knew so well as kids. Now that we're all adults, and they all grew, and they're older now, and they come back together for one more adventure of what that looks like. A place where Pooh hasn't changed at all, and Christopher Robin has become an adult and has grew up to, he doesn't appreciate life as much now. And you kind of understand where this movie is going, right? You know that this is going to lead to a point where Christopher Robin understands that he doesn't get to spend as much time with his kid and his wife as he wants to, and that time can't be replaced. It's a story about how just because you're an adult doesn't mean that you can't be a kid again. There's no time to enjoy the little things or the little moments. And it's just adorable and cute, and it's beautiful, and something as simple as that with characters that you just love, that we know, that we relate to, that we have been with since we're kids ourselves, and now we've grown up, where a lot of us have maybe found ourselves in a similar position as Christopher Robin, who hopefully a lot of adults could be reminded of this. And I feel like that this movie, it's just a little bit of message into you. And that's why I think Winnie the Pooh was so successful as a kid's story by itself, is the messaging that it brings and how there's still stories to tell even whenever we're adults. This reminds me a lot of when a few years ago, Steve, the Blue's Clues character, did his little video of how now he's an adult and what his life looked like, and how much he wanted to thank the kids and now that we're grown up and what our lives are like, and how there's still lessons to learn, and it's okay to take a step back sometimes. Movies like Christopher Robin, it's a Winnie the Pooh movie. It doesn't, on the surface level, it's what it is. It's a very simple concept. When you peel the layers back a little bit, there's a message there that I think everybody should appreciate. Ewan McGregor as an actor does an incredible job. The voice cast all do great. Whenever you get to the point where Pooh and Christopher find all the original characters, of course, they're all great as well. Yeah, it's a really beautiful, simple, fun, adventurous story that I recommend you should check out because it's not talked about enough. So that was my little review of Christopher Robin, and my little talking on Christopher Robin. I definitely recommend you go back and you check it out because it's just great. So yeah, anyways, that's all I have for this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace, love, adios.